Hi YouTube, I wanted to make a wild boar for a friend of mine for his birthday, and this is how I started. So again, this is just aluminium wire, and I've just twisted it around itself. This is really easy to kind of manipulate. You can just use some long pliers or something to twist it around itself, and it gives you a kind of very basic form really quickly. Next, I just bulked it out with aluminium foil. Again, this is so easy to kind of squash into the kind of shape that you want it to be. And again, really kind of cheap. So this saves you a lot of money on Super Sculpey or other kind of modeling products. Okay, then I drilled 3 holes into this wooden circular base and just pushed the wires from the legs down into the 3 holes. This really keeps them firmly in place and they're kind of glued in. Also, all of the aluminium foil has been coated with a thin layer of Super Sculpey. Again, this just gives me my overall shape for the boar. This is the same stage, but just viewed from the other side. Okay, gets a lot more character at this point, like putting his sort of jowls on and his snout and, you know, the ridge down his back and his ears. He really starts to become a lot more boar-like at this point. Again, just viewed from the other side. Okay, then I started to add a lot of the fur texture. This took quite a long time, but it really kind of adds a lot to it, and you can sort of imagine it at this point, how it's going to look all painted up. I also wanted some really good texture that would work well when I'm painting, to kind of catch the dry brush effects that I do for the sort of highlight areas. Alright, these are various photos of the finished product. So you can see what I ended up doing was putting a ridge around the base, and then I covered this with a whole load of kind of different textures using stones and sand and sticks, and put some moss on as well. You can see I made a little plaque there for him with his scientific name on it. And then to paint the actual boar, I painted him really dark first, either black or really dark brown. And then I just started dry brushing on top of that. So you just basically mix lighter and lighter browns, and you just make sure that you know, the lighter it gets, you're just catching the very highlights, the very top parts, and that gives it this really kind of textured effect. And then I've obviously painted his tusks as well. On the actual present that I gave the guy, I made a couple of gold rings as well, to go through his nose, so you can kind of put them on, and some are small and some are big, but it was quite a nice little touch that kind of gives him a bit of extra character. I think my friend ended up calling him Penfold, so he's got a name and he goes in the guy's little cabinet, so he's got pride of place. Okay, I had really good fun making this. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please hit subscribe to see any videos that I do in the future. And also check out other sculpts that I've done, like of various 80s movie characters, and other kind of weird creatures and monsters and that kind of thing. And I'll catch you in the next video.